Don't let other people fears hold you back from pursuing this online business. This is what our subject is today. We are the Online Biz Real Talk. We have so many people backstage. I'm super, super excited to go over the subject because there is a lot of people out there who literally did not pursue this online business because somebody else put fear in them. So don't let other people's fears hold you back. This is what we're going to go over. We have a lot of people's testimonies today. We have a lot of people that literally, may have heard people telling them, don't do this. Same thing with me. And they're super successful now, and they're growing their empire to the point where they can leave their jobs. They have plans to travel. They have plans to, purchase a new home. They have plans to do something different in their life, whatever it may be, even just to spend time with their family. So without further ado, let's welcome our business partners. Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining. All right. How's everyone doing? Why don't you introduce yourself for us, Amit? Let's go to you first. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, yeah, this is a really good subject. And I
Hmm.
know that, a lot of people kind of let other people put fear in them and they don't pursue an online business. They don't pursue this business. To be honest with you, I know a lot of people like, they pursue it. And obviously I have so many business partners succeeding, but I do see a percentage that somebody spoke to them, somebody said, oh, no, this, that. Like, why don't you, introduce yourself and like tell us a little bit about the subject?
Yeah, for sure. We got a good subject today. First of all, my name's Ahmed. I've been doing this business since 2018, so about 5 years now. And through my time on this online business, I've seen a lot of people come into this business and it was delayed when they came back because there was a lot of skepticism there and a lot of fears that people have from the online world. Right away when they hear someone say I'm working online, first thing that comes to mind is scam, MLM, pyramid scheme. So, but it's very unfortunate that all those things exist. But when people see our community and what we have here, the system that we built, the automation that we built, the kind of community that we are, they quickly realize that we are different. We support each other. There's no MLM or pyramid scheme that's out there that's going to support the new people. A lot of time it's just get new people in, get new people in, get new people in, and they disappear. And if you go to my page, everyone on my page knows, and Georgia's and everyone here, all the people that are on their pages know that we're here to stay. And I keep saying that, and I'll keep emphasizing that. And I'm very happy to see that when people come into this community and you hear their stories, a lot of them did get pulled into MLM schemes, did get pulled into scams. But I'm happy to see them here because they finally found a golden ticket that they've been looking for, and they're now finding success. But I think what holds people back, the fear that holds people back, is just not knowing what's out there. There's a lot of things out there, and it's hard to try to convince everyone that this is legit. But the thing that we are going to do to show it's legit, we're going to keep showing up like we are right now. We're going to keep going live. We're not going to disappear like a MLM is. I've been saying this since 2018. I'm not going to disappear. We're all still here. And this is definitely a legitimate business. And through 2020, a lot of people saw that this was a legitimate business and people had this as their plan B. And it's become quickly a lot of people's plan A. And through 2020 and through what we are going right now, interest rates are going up. People are starting to panic. The companies that we affiliate with are giving us large bonuses. It's kind of ironic that when things are going corrupt in the online world, or sorry, in the real world, people are losing their jobs, interest rates are going up, that the things that we do in our business, we're getting more bonuses and we're getting increased amount of people showing interest every single day. And we're just going to keep growing. This is going to be a tremendous year for us, and we're not going to disappear. So definitely, if this even piques the slightest of interest to you, get at one of us. Whoever brought you to this live, whoever's live you're watching right now, look at their email address, put your name there, and get plugged in, because a lot of people have delayed gratification when they find or first hear about this business, because it takes them so long to jump in and take the plunge. But do that for yourself. Everyone knows, I should say, you're the only one that knows what your goals and dreams are, and we're here to help you achieve those. So get at one of us, and we'll help you achieve your dreams.
100%. You know, there's so much going on right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out there, they feel like they're stuck. Like, I understand that feeling. I understand the feeling where you feel stuck enough. Why would you put an online business in your lap? You're scared enough. You feel, you know, struggling and stuck and worried enough about money. Why would you put an online business on your shoulders? Why would you invest some time or money or effort into an online business? But I will say, you know, there's free advertisement, and there's no monthly fee to be trained and to be set up. You could do free ads. Like, I have business partners that literally built their business up to making 20K in a week and 5K a sale in just a couple months, and they did it with free ads. So I know that, you know, if you're thinking money's a problem to invest or to start this business, message us. We'll show you the workshop. It's not a lot to get started in this business, okay? So you can literally start this business, watch the free workshop. It's free info. Another thing is being fearful that this is a scam. Whoever's been watching us, you should overcome that fear. Have not listen to others, because we're at to the point where we're growing so much worldwide. Our products are being sold worldwide. We have 6 gold seals of quality, and we brought new products in too. So it's like we're affiliate marketing. We're not going anywhere, just like Amit said. I love how you put that. Like, the world is at its most peak, needing something like this: entrepreneurship, independency, right? Sorry, go on. Did you want to say something else?
And you're saying why an online business? I would say the biggest thing, and you could probably speak to it, having a brick and mortar business, there's no overhead. And that's a thing that is a lot on a lot of big businesses. Sometimes you see a business closing from their big store and they go to a smaller store. Why? Because the rates went up, the rent went up, something went up, and they're no longer able to afford it. But in this online business, once you're in, you're in. There's no overhead.
Yeah,
Wi-Fi is free in so many places. Just go somewhere and you got free Wi-Fi, right? It's easy to get in.
Everywhere I go, there's Wi-Fi. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll take the kids to this little activity. I can check in my Wi-Fi real quick, and if they're playing, I can go on my laptop, finish what I got to do, and get back to them.
Mhm.
Like, it's that simple, and the fact that it's mobile and you can go anywhere in the world, like, it's great. Thank you, Amit. God bless you. Hi, Hasmina. How are you doing?
Hi. Well, thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be here with you all today. My name is Jasmine Rodriguez. I come from Mexico, and in the moment, I live at Houston, Texas. So I'm also an online business owner. And speaking of the subject, I think that the very first fears that I had to overcome, it was my fears, besides anybody else. When I started doing my research about the business, I joined the business some months ago, but I'm very happy that I give the step of faith. At first, I was also skeptical. I wasn't sure if this was for me. Um, I did my diligence of uh, searching, making sure that this was 100% real, not a scam. And, from my own experience, I got to know that I was going to, be part not of ghost. It was going to be real people, and as you can see, all our partners here. And that's one of the things that, I started, like I said, doing my research. I was seeing everybody's successes, mainly my coach. I think when I saw everything that our coach, Georgia, was showing in social media. It was, for me at the beginning, was like unbelievable to see, to the level she has reached. But I'm like, okay, she's the leader, or I will say, like, really, who's helping out many others. And like I said, I just did what I had to do. I did my research, I took my time, I overcome my fears, I will say, until, the moment where I told myself, Jasmine, you cannot just, always say, I don't know if this is, if this is for me. Like Ahmed was saying it a moment ago. No, many of us probably thought we're gonna own a business, right? Like, I never saw myself having my own business, but I saw the opportunity, and I'm so glad that I jump in. I'm so happy because I have I have learned, and I still learning, following an easy training. Um, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy because, I also didn't let other people, I didn't listen to the fears, because I remember sharing with some of my, family members, my husband, my mom, and they were like, "Are you sure this is 100%, secure what you're doing?" Because they knew I was investing, in the business. And like in any business, right? We have to make an investment. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I stepped forward, and my husband couldn't believe it. Like, I even till nowadays, I said, I'm gonna go check on my business. He's like, he just looks at me. He's still a little bit skeptical, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, you're gonna see all the good things, with this business. Just give me my time. I'm working on it. I'm doing, I'm posting. I'm doing my ads. I'm doing everything that I need to do. And I'm so proud of that. And I'm so happy that I didn't let my husband's fears get on the way, my mom's fears get on the way for me to become what I am now, a online business owner. So going back to you, Georgia.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. It's evident that we're succeeding, right?
Yes.
And you're doing, I see that you're doing all the right things. Like, you're getting leads, and you're succeeding, and you're growing your business. It just shows the reality of this business. It shows, like, if you continue to just follow the training, and if you continue to stay in the chats. Like, I have one business partner. Well, I have a few, but one in particular, they're not plugged in. And they're like, "Oh, well, you know what? I thought I would be making so much more money by now." I'm like, "Are you plugged in?" They're like, "No." Are you going through your training? No. Are you doing this? No. And but the thing is the funny thing is I set them up with an ad really quick in the business, because they was busy doing their own thing, right? And they're busy taking care of their family. They have responsibilities right now besides the business too. So in the midst of this person, complaining, they got 2 buyers, right, from the ad. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and they said it. They're like, it works. I'm like, well, you didn't turn your ad off. If you turn your ad off, it won't work. But for people who is super busy, and like they can't like work on the business that much, that's what our coaching call is for. Like, when we have our coaching call, I understand your urgency. Like, I'm urgently needing to make money. I want to make money right now. That's what we talk about. And even your form you fill, right? You want to know how much money do you want to make? What's your reason? What are you doing? You know. So if you have ad budget, if you don't have ad budget, like, let us know. So I'll know how to set you up. I'll know how to advise you. So with this person, because of their responsibilities and everything, I was like, okay, the goal is, let's get your website and get your ad created really quick, and then go through the rest slowly, which they had to do's and everything. So they didn't really go through anything as much, but they got buyers, right? They got sales. So the fact that that's happening, you can like, you don't have to feel fearful that you don't have enough time or energy or support to get started. In other words, like, Yasmin, she has time, right? She has devotion
Yes.
to this right now. And I love that. So you're building your empire quicker than that person. Okay. That person is, it's just their ads is running and they're paying for ads. Okay. You're doing free ads, you're doing paid ads, you're doing the posting, you're doing a whole bunch of things. So you're going to make more money more quicker. And you're going to get money from all these different, revenues and all these different platforms. Okay, that person might be just getting money from one platform because they're advertising on one platform, but it's still working for them. So it just shows that don't be fearful that it won't work. If you follow the training, and even if you just allow me to set you up. Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, but I'm so glad, like what you were saying. I mean, you're there 100% for us,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful for that. And if we have questions, I mean, and for some reason, you're helping somebody else, we have all these team, like team members like Ahmed. It's an amazing helper, and Susie and anybody here, at some point we have questions, we're helping each other. And that's one of the things that I love about this business. It made me feel that I was not just becoming part of something. I feel, that I'm now part of a family, a business family, which, that makes us stronger. And as Ahmed was saying, this is going to be a super year, right? It's going to be better than the last year. And I know that I'm part of that. And I'm so glad. I'm so happy for that too.
I'm happy for you. You're doing great. You're doing really good. And thank you. Thank you, girl.
Thank you.
God bless you. All right. Let's go to Keith. How are you, Keith?
I'm doing great, thanks. We just got over a big snowstorm, but it's all good. It's starting to melt again.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, we had
here too.
60 centimeters of snow where I am.
What?
Yeah, in a little over 24 hours
Where are you?
in Paradise, Newfoundland.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Is it usually that snowy there?
no, not usually. The last few years has been changing, but I mean, we get a couple of storms a year, but this was the biggest one for this year.
Yeah, that's what my daughter. Today, she was like, "Oh, well, winter wasn't that bad here. Actually, winter was pretty good." I looked at her. I'm like, "What? This is like the worst winter I've ever seen in all of BC. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?" She's like, "Really, Mom? I get so cold." I'm like, "No, the winter's been really bad." And this is why one of the reasons why, like, I just kept looking at my business and looking out. There's windows all over this house. You guys know that. And I just kept looking out there, and I'm like, I'm glad I don't have to go out there because I've seen that. I've seen my neighbors. I see people every day. They're brushing off the snow. It's freezing. Got to let the car warm up for like a half an hour. Spend all your gas. The gas too was real high. Just everything. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, thank God I have this business, this laptop here, and I don't have to freeze. Okay. So why don't you introduce yourself for us? Tell us a little bit about the subject. How not to let other people's fears keep you from pursuing this online business.
Okay, so for those that don't know me, my name is Keith Rickard, and like I said, I'm from Paradise, Newfoundland, and I began my business a little over 3 years ago. And like most people, and of course what you already said, they ran into the skepticism of friends and family, and probably a little bit of personal as well. But I did my homework like most do, and I asked a lot of questions. I followed along, and I watched some of these videos and the lives, and I got to realize that these are real people making real changes and also making real friends. So for me, it was once I realized that I wanted something different for down the road, for different personal and medical reasons, and in order to do that, I need to do something different. So I had to step out of my comfort zone and try something different, something new, to give us a different future. I understand people, are afraid of online or afraid that it's a scam, like the other said, or they're a bit skeptical and a bit reserved on the idea. But these lives, these help. They get this, they show real people. They talk about real whys and reasons for making a change. And also, like, when I'm talking to friends, just to let them know, like, hey, just come in, have a look, we can chat about it and get over those fears and the reservation of making a leap into the online space. And these things prove it. I mean, like everybody said, we're not going nowhere. It's just growing every day. Everybody's growing every single day. And once you do stay plugged in and stay following along and stay involved and keep on top of your business, whether it's a half hour today or 2 hours tomorrow, it doesn't have to make it a full-time job. And, the results are going to come. As long as you stay consistent, the results are going to be there. And, once I got over the fear of mainly what other people thought or what they were thinking about this or me, once I got over that fear and really stopped caring about what they thought, change happened, and change is continuous, and it's a good thing.
I love that. Very clear as day, right?
Yep.
I love how, I love how my business partners, we see that, oh, we have another business partner. Hi, Kadisha. How are you? Welcome. There you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, how are you? I was muted.
Good. Yeah. I was just saying, I love how our business partners, and you're an example, that are newbies, and I don't love how they get anxious, but I see that they get a little anxious. They're like, oh my goodness, it's been a couple weeks that I haven't made a sale, or it's been a month, and then all of a sudden they start making sales, and I just keep telling them, just keep working. Believe me, just keep posting, and put your ad is bringing in leads, and they're going to convert to buyers, and you're going to make 1.4K a sale. You're going to go all the way up to 5K a sale. Just stay plugged in. Just do what you're doing. Don't shut your ads off. Biggest detriment is shutting your ads off, whether it's free or paid. Don't shut them off. Okay. And I love seeing that anxiousness go away. Like as soon as they see they got a buyer, like, oh, it works. Or they get their first check and they're like, whoa. That's what I do. I put paid. So many checks come in. I have to put paid because that's how many checks come in. And I'm like, oh my goodness, did I add this? Did I add this? Like, and as soon as you see the money start rolling, as soon as you see the buyers, the leads, it's inevitable. People want to buy our product. Okay. And also people want to start our business. Okay. If you decided you want to be a coach and you want to help people too, you can be a huge asset in our community. People will look up to you. You will make yourself famous online, and you get huge incentives too from coaching people without touching their money or their commissions. So to be honest with you, this is such a big part of my life now, this business. It's not that this is just, how I make a living. I gained such great friends. We travel, we eat together, we have get-togethers, birthdays, parties. Even one of my business partners here, Veronica, we work out together. Same thing with many of my Kelowna and Vancouver business partners. I'm really close with all of them. Like Amit's in Vancouver, Surrey area. Kadisha, we haven't met yet in person, but Kadisha's in Vancouver. Like we all have get-togethers just for fun, or we're there for each other. You're not just gaining a business, you're gaining a community, you're gaining support. So thank you, Keith. Did you want to add anything else?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Thank you. God bless you. All right, Susie, you look so nice. I love what you did to your hair. How are you doing? Why don't you introduce yourself for us?
Hi, my name is Susie, and I'm doing great. Thanks, Georgia. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, had a busy day with the kids, but it was fun. Got them out little, playing stuff. So why don't you tell us about this subject? Don't let other people's fears hold you back from pursuing, your online business journey. Tell us a little bit about this subject. Have you had an experience? I think you might have mentioned something to me before, but tell us your experience. Tell us what you think about this subject, what you'd advise others.
Yeah, I find that a lot of people are afraid of many things, especially when it comes to online businesses because of all the scams out there. And they're afraid for you when they see you start something new like this. They think like, well, she's getting herself into a whole lot of trouble. She's going to go in deep and she's not going to know what she'll do. And especially if you're my parents or my family, you think, oh, she's going to go bankrupt and whatnot. It's not true. I understand where their fear comes from, especially if it's parents too. They just want to see their children succeed. But in my case, the problem is their version of success is different from what I see success as. And so I just went into this business head first, not even caring about what anyone else thought. But then a new type of fear came up. They're like, well, she does not know what she's doing. She doesn't have what it takes. And so then it got me thinking, like, I don't have what it takes to do this. I'm not a business owner. And but once I got into the community and started talking amongst the people in the community here in this online world, I've found that to have what it takes is just to step out on a limb and go through the training, and then you start learning faster than you ever thought before, and before you know it, you're earning online. And for me, it was a huge step to step forward. I was out kind of behind the scenes for the first few months, not making any money. I was not putting the time in that I needed to because I let other people's fear rise my fear, and it was a big mistake. I could have been earning a lot sooner than I was now, and not doing that again. So anyone out there that has fears and has family that fears for them, they might have really good intentions and reasons why they're fearing, but don't let that get to you. You have to be the captain of your own ship. That's it for me.
Yeah, I love that. You're so sweet. I love that how you put that. Like, I'm never gonna let that happen again. I did that too. See, I told you. I'm always honest with my business partners, because my business partners, all of them see me as like, oh my goodness, you're so successful. How am I gonna get there? I didn't get there overnight. And I always tell them, this is the thing about being a good coach, a good leader, a good mentor, which all of you are, because I trained you. Okay. And even in our online business community, you can't act like you're the best. Okay. And then, everybody below you is, coaching them. So no, you had the same issues they had. That's how I learned, right? It reminds me of Jesus. I know I'm a Jesus freak, but it reminds me of him, because he had to come to earth. He had to experience hurt and pain. So, okay, he had to do all that in order to know our pain, in order to know that he will be there for us, right? How does these people feel? I'm the savior, but how do they feel? So he had to experience human life here. That's what I experienced as a coach now. I know how to help my business partners. I know how to get them set up really quick, and I know their fears. I know their challenges, and I help them every step of the way. And that's exactly what I explained to you guys. The first couple of months was very difficult for me, okay, because I had a million people, the same thing. Like, I love how you brought that up, because I always forget to bring that up. Everybody's like so scared for you. Like, and there's people that start this business that's like in their 50s or 60s, and they have younger kids that's in their 20s or 30s, and they're like, oh no, mom, no, you're not tech savvy, they're scamming you. I laugh because I'm like, the 75-year-old woman is more tech savvy than me in this business. It's like, you don't have to be tech savvy. I laugh because she taught me stuff. So you don't have to be tech savvy. And I understand that part. There's a lot of people that was like really worried about me and didn't know what I was doing. And the thing is they don't have the training in front of them. They're not seeing our products. They're not seeing, the physical training. They're not seeing the community. They're not in the chats, right? They're not in the group. They're not seeing how much money we're making, right? They don't know. And they're like, oh, well, it's a scam. You don't know if those people are making that money. I'm like, these are my best friends. I became best friends with the millionaires. And I know for a fact, like, we're actually encouraged not to put our checks or anything. Like, we have to keep safe. Okay. And and it's like that was a detriment for me too, Susie. It made me fall behind, because instead of taking 2 months to start making 4.5K sale, like I help a lot of my business partners, it took me 13 months. Okay. And now I teach my business partners, stay focused, keep your ad out there, go on your pages, post on your pages, go to the training, get set up on all platforms in the first month, and watch how you'll make like way more than I made. There's a lot of people in my chat that I help, all the people who I help and coach, they make way more money than I made when I first started. Okay. And I'm proud to say it's because I gave them those tips that I messed up with. Like all my mistakes, all our trials and everything that we kind of messed up with, we learned like, oh no, do it this way. And now we're on the game. We're like, okay, we know what needs to be updated now. We've been around since 6 years. Update the training, do this, do that, watch this video, go here. All right, we have our weekly training, our weekly masterminds. We have them 3-4 times a week. And if you don't show up, that's fine. We'll have a replay. So yeah, you go, girl. Keep going. Keep excelling, and do what you're doing because you're fantastic. And you're so helpful. Thank you. Did you want to add anything else?
No, I just encourage everyone to just ignore their fears. Fear is bad, and just look forward.
Yeah, it is. I know, and a lot of people are like, well, we have fear for a reason. No, fear is false events appearing real. That's the acronym. And I understand like the fear, keeps people from getting hurt and whatever. But the way I see it is, it's not. It's like your fear only manifests into reality. I always say that because when you fear something, you're attracting it so much. I see it because I have a very good sense of, reading people. Okay, I can see that, those bitter people and the people that are broke or the people who are just stuck in that, rat race. There's a big fear behind it, and the fear behind it is I'll never make it. I'm never going to succeed. I'm worried about money. I'm scared. And I see the difference. Like if I'm not worried a month, like I get in a whole bunch of sales and we're succeeding or we're doing, you just don't have that fear. If you're going to pursue the business and you see it's right, don't fear because you're going to keep yourself from excelling to the top. That's exactly what I see for all of you guys. Just keep going and go fearlessly because we got the right products. We got the right sales system. It's proven. You see that people are like making millions in just a year in this business. You can do the same. All you need to do is just put a little bit more time and effort and have faith. Because if you have faith and you believe in your product, you will succeed. Okay, if you believe in it, then other people will believe in it. Start with your why, right? Like Simon Sinek says in our training, right? All right, thank you, girl. Nadia, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm doing good. Thank you, Georgia.
Welcome. Nice to have you here. And this is a huge asset in our community that helps so many people. And that's what I like to call them because it's exactly what we all do. We're assets. We like literally help our business partners bring our ads up and our training. And you get back to so many people. You're doing amazing. And in just such a little time, like, introduce yourself, Elizabeth. Tell us how you decided to do a 360 in this business because now it's like, you put all fears aside. You continue to excel. You're on the game. Tell us.
Yeah, my name is Nadia, and I just realized recently that I've been in this business for 2 years, but most of this time I have not been plugged in because of all the little fears that I've had in my mind. A lot of things were holding me back, not the people, my own head, just like Jasmine said. Um, And the fears I had was the fear of judgment is probably number one. Like I was thinking, what if I start and then it doesn't work out, but I'm putting myself out there and then people gonna laugh at me or something, right? And then I realized that there's really no way of failing in this business because, like Ahmed said, there's no like store to keep. There's no fees to pay. Like you can either continue work on it and start seeing results or you stop and nothing's happening. You're not losing money. There's nothing happening if you're not doing this business. So once I realized that really you cannot fail. You can take a break, you can come back to it, or you can just constantly work on it and choose it as your business that what it actually is, right? A lot of people look at it as a side hustle. They don't put so much time into it because of the mentality of the mindset that it's just a side hustle. But it's not. When you look at the commissions, when you look at the chart of what kind of money you can make, this can really surpass your full-time, the income from your full-time job. And when it comes to other people's fears, well, other people can be lawyers and doctors and accountants and other things, right? That you will not be ever. Do you guys hear me? because I feel like I stopped hearing
Oh,
stuff. Okay. It got so quiet. There was like a bit of a white noise before. I was like,
well,
am
we're
I
all
talking
on mute.
to
We're just
myself?
listening.
Yeah. So look at how many people are doing things that you will never be or do, right? So it's the same thing for the people who are like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna get into this. That's just not for them, right? But look how many of us are here because we realize that there are reasons why we come to this business. Like for me personally, I've always dreamed of having an online business because I have my reasons. I have my own goals. I don't want to be stuck in the office. And to be quite honest, my biggest fear, and it's way bigger than failure in the business, is to give my kids away to somebody else's care and go work my whole life and then maybe retire. And maybe, like, who guarantees me a retirement? Like, I'm sorry, nobody's guaranteed that stuff, right? So even if you have a full-time job, it's in this economy, it's crucial that you start something. And this business, it's not only legit business, a legal business and everything. It's about the community. And I love the fact that in our community, once you come in, you're actually introduced to several streams of income that you can make. You can choose which company you want to work with, and you always will have the support, just as long as you're allowing people to help you and as long as you're plugged in and you show up, right? So I started showing up pretty much around fall time, because before that I had my own issues to work with. But once, like I said, I stopped caring about the fear of judgment, because again, if somebody's a teacher, I may not be a teacher because I don't want to be a teacher, like, I'm just giving an example. Like, other people don't pay your bills, so you got to worry about yourself. So other people may have fears for you, and that's nice if it comes from a good place. But once it comes from a negative place, this is when you kind of need to make your own conclusions. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
I love it. I love how you put that, girl. You always think outside the box and then you make something really incredible. That's what she does in this business, by the way. She thinks outside the box and she's unsure about herself. But then we're like, oh, let everybody go look at Nadia's page. She's like, what? You're doing really good. I love how you put that, where you never think you become an actor or a doctor or whatever the case may be. And the reality is you can. The reality is you can. And if you want to become an online business owner, you can. Okay. So what I want to do is put everybody's fears away that this is an MLM or a pyramid scheme or it's a scam. Put that away. We get checks. Okay. Get tons of checks. I got shoe boxes of checks. I got Coach shoe boxes. I got the nicest shoe boxes for some reason for my checks. The Coach one and the Michael Kors one. I made sure it was I don't know. It's just special to me to see how much, I accomplished. Okay. I did it. And we get T4s. Okay. We do our taxes. You can write a whole bunch of things off. So even though we say you don't need an office, you can write off 33% of your house. Laptop, phone, internet. Like, there's so many amazing things. And one of the streams of income you don't have to declare, which is pretty incredible because you make a lot of money. There's one business partner, he's made $4 million in the last couple of years from this business. So I really like the fact that so many people nowadays are moving to the online world. Like, I like that. It's awesome. But at the same time, what I do see is, because so many people are moving to the online world, there's a lot of people that are just doing anything to get there, right? Or they're making the online world seem so spammy or not trustable. So I understand that. I understand why someone may be thinking, I can't do that, or it's not real, or there's something fishy about it. I understand that. But if you see our workshop, if you see our free workshop, which we're going to lead you to after this live, you're going to see that it's just a normal business. Okay. And you can have the opportunity to help people. You can have the opportunity to be coach. You can have the opportunity to literally sell the products directly or whatever you want, however you want to do it. Just, you could choose. You can travel for less too. You can get huge rewards for like literally incentives, monthly incentives. You can get even trips. Like there's so many amazing things that has occurred in our community for people in this business, and it's not like your lotions and potions or a little makeup company where you only get $5 or, one of my business partners, she was saying that like it's not even worth to sell these products. Like she's a member of something to get products cheaper, and I'm like, wow, I like that. Like I want to buy some, and she's like, it's not even worth selling it. Like that's why I never tell anybody what I do, because it's not worth selling it. You make a couple of dollars on a product. Like this business, we make like thousands on a sale. So it's like once you ate the best meal, you're not going to go back to something that doesn't taste so good, or that lifestyle, right? So people see it and they know it and they hold on to it and they're like, thank you, thank you, thank you, Nadia. You're so right. We can do it. Everybody can do this. So, hi, beautiful Khadisha. How are you doing? Nice to see you here today.
I was like, oh, now it's my turn.
You're good at talking. What are you talking about?
I get nervous sometimes. Like, hi everyone, my name is Khadija, and I'm a young entrepreneur. But I think everyone is talking about their fears. I wasn't so fearless at all. Like, I was full in this business when I saw Georgia ad, and then I had a coaching call and all that stuff. Georgia was very friendly, very very happy person. He's a good coach. I understand every word she said. But then, as soon as I started in this journey, I started receiving messages from strange people about this is a scam, this is a pyramid, and they start reporting my profiles, right? So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop for a while until these kind of things they calm down, and then I'm gonna start again. So I've been a little bit unplugged from the business, but I've been recording content and doing all that kind of stuff, so I can go back stronger, right? But I was just so afraid about all these kind of people telling me those things, and they say ugly things. They say their stories, how they scam and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. That's why I was a bit afraid.
Well, you see that everything is in the training. You see the business. You see our community. What would you tell somebody feeling that way? Like, that is afraid to get started, is afraid that people are going to judge them because you got out of that. You was a little bit fearful. You didn't like that you're getting, maybe bashed by your friends or family. But what would you advise for people to overcome that, since you overcame that?
Like, don't take advice from people that hasn't built anything in life. Those are the worst kind of advices you're going to receive. Take advice of the people that has built something greater in life. Because I have a lot of mentors in life. To be me, to be this young and have a lot of multiple business is just crazy. People think that I have no expertise in those kind of things or the business world. But the truth is that I do, because I had mentors in every step of my journey in the business world. And I never took advice from anyone that hasn't built anything in their life, because that's the worst thing you can do. I saw many people like falling down, taking advices from people that hasn't built anything, and they just went to bankruptcy and all that kind of bad stuff, right? So when you are getting to this online business, for you it's just better to keep a positive mind, be willing to learn and to be teachable, and go for everything. You are not gonna take any risk, because this business is a risk. The only risk you can take maybe is that if you are not willing to learn, you will not be willing to build an empire or the fortune that you desire or the dream life you want.
Yeah, 100%, girl. Like, everybody that, like, is saying, how can you make money online? How is this business real? Or, there's so many things that's out there that's not real. I have so many business partners that have literally went through something that wasn't real, that was scammed, everything. So if, in order to give people an answer or, not to let them affect you. I would say, let your work shine. That's the thing that I just did. I realized I can't calm my family down. I can't stop the stupid remarks from my church family, or, just because they go to church doesn't mean they're not, I guess, annoying. Some of my friends were so annoying. My friends from church, and they're my family. They're like my brothers and sisters, and they would just make fun of me and like, oh yeah, this or that. I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, girl, these people were asking me for marketing advice and how to get their business out there and how to do this and how to do that. They're like, I don't want to start yours, but could you help me market? Like, you're doing so good. How did you make so much money? What are you doing? And then all my family started. The biggest critics started. Okay. And it was like, just let your work shine. You don't have to prove to anybody. We're not in this business to recruit and to tell you, start my online business today, or, I'm going to fail. No, we have ads that's running out there. We have ads that's converting people to leads and then to buyers. We are able to make an incredible income by not going in other groups and not shaming the group's business and saying, come to our business. We are proven in the whole world, global, national, as the #1 online business, and that's excelling the most quickest with such high revenue, commissions, payouts, all of that, bonuses. And I really like this subject because I want to put the fear to rest. I want people to understand that in all life's decisions, there's going to be fears. I'm a mother of 5, believe me. And, it's throughout my life, my fear, there was a time when like my fears were like, they affected me. They literally made me have anxiety. They made my health go down. They made me have some issues because the brain is like, kind of connected to the stomach, right? So whatever I went through, I felt that all of my fears was, manifesting into a reality. And as soon as I stopped being fearless, and this was a huge jump for me, to be honest with you, this starting this business was a huge eye opener, because at the time when I started this business, I was the most fearful of everything in life. Like, I was just afraid to leave my kids, to be cared for by someone else. Hi, Mikey. She's here. Oh, okay. She come say hi. She wants to tell her we're live. So I was fearful to, just to have my kids being cared for by others. I was just fearful of debt. I had no money. I was just becoming more and more in debt. What am I going to do? I don't want to live my life like this. I had anxiety. Like, I felt no good about myself. And then this business came into my life, and I seen an opportunity to start this business. And for some reason, this was like the most freeing thing I needed to do. I was like, I feel this is so right. I feel this is so right. Like, this is really God sent. This is meant. Like, I felt it with all my heart. And I was so fearful about everything else. Like, I'm one of those that I'm a super big health freak. I have to read everything. I have to make sure everything's good, everything's healthy, or, I have to know the legalities. I have to know the ins and outs of things. I'm one of those. And that's how I learned. That's how I get smart, right? And that's how you guys get smart. That's how I learned a lot about the training and how I became successful, right? But when I seen this business opportunity and I seen what they're going to be building as website, sales funnel, everything's included. We have an affiliate marketing company. At that time, it was only one company. Now we have 4 different companies. I was like, what? How come I never came across this? A person was just asking me that the other day. How come I never came across this business before? If this is so legit, how come everybody's not doing it? I'm like, exactly what I thought. Okay, we've only been around 6 years. We're still fresh, but not fresh at the same time. We're around 6 years. Like, you got your roots, right? You got your stability, because we're not fly by night, MLM or a pyramid scheme. We're a real business. But also, we haven't even scratched the surface of the earth. You know, our business partner always says that, and it's true. That's what I feel, because so many people are really desiring our products lately. So I know that this was meant, and I know that this was real. Okay, so I guess I'll go over, and thank you, Kadisha. God bless you. And you're doing absolutely incredible. Tonight, me and you are going to make an ad. That's it. Okay? You don't have to say so anymore. We're making an ad tonight.
Thank
Because
you.
you're welcome. That's my goal for all my business partners. I said before January ends, we're going to make sure everybody has an ad up, whether it's free ad, paid ads. We're going to make sure everybody has an ad up in my group here, which is like over 200 people. So let's do it. Okay. So, yeah, I'm Georgia Williams. I am a coach, president, and CEO. I've been doing this business since now 4 years. And yeah, like a little bit about my background. I had a brick and mortar business. I used to do spiritual counseling in Toronto, Ontario. I was brought up, you know, a good amount of time in Toronto, Ontario, but I have American roots. I was born in the US, and I kind of, you know, we always kind of went back and forth as kids because my mom was American, my dad was Canadian. So we kind of have both sides. Yeah, I love Canada. I love my 5 children. They're my everything. They're my why. When we talk about a why, they're my why. I have a foundation. My foundation is based in Africa right now, in Kamloops. We're doing a little bit of things here in Kelowna, not much right now, just because I've been just so busy with children and everything, and the business has been growing. But yeah, I literally help, like, you know, build up in developing areas, and you know, we put a word of God in it at the same time, and I have a few business partners that are still helping me with my foundation. Like they was helping me with my foundation first, and we became best friends, and then they decided to join the business to make an extra income while they do and whatever they want and serve the Lord. So yeah, I'm here in West Kelowna now, and it's beautiful here. And yeah, so talking about the subject, like this was a big issue when I first started the business. At the time, my spouse at the time was super skeptical of this business, and he did not want me to start this business. And the thing is that the person that that mentored me when I first started this business, we knew. Okay, he was working with him, so I was like very trusting. I was like, well, they're normal people, you know. They're working, like, and they have this. And he winded up leaving his job, and this was his full-time income. So that was a big issue. Like, you know, having somebody in your home every day telling you, don't work on the business, don't do this, don't do that. Now, the thing is what I noticed, guys, because this is the whole subject here about other people's fears holding you back from pursuing this online business or pursuing your dreams in general. People that are comfortable with the life, and they're okay with being paycheck to paycheck, and they're okay with, you know, not following the rat race, and okay with the way you are. That's where it really sets them off when a change comes in, because people get used to that routine. So a change comes in and it triggers them. Same thing with your parents, same thing with your friends or whatever. They've seen a change in you, and that's what's happening, Kadisha. People are seeing a change in you. What's this new stuff she's posting? What are you talking about? Blah blah blah. And that change scares them that they're going to lose you unconsciously. Unconsciously, they don't realize it, but they're going to lose you, or you're doing something they would never do. They would never do it. Why would you do it? I have to advise you. You're going to get a bit deep trouble. Okay. So in that relationship, there was a change. I was no longer just cooking and cleaning and driving my head crazy, trying to pay the bills, paying all, like literally getting in debt, and just, you know, just being a stay-at-home mom, which I love being a stay-at-home mom. I still am, right? But there was a change. There was a twinkle in my eye. There was like, this person got fearful. What is she doing? Right? And I seen that. I observed that. And that's where you need to observe what's scaring these people. Why do they want me to be held back? Because when you succeed and when you fly like an eagle, all of a sudden you leave a flock behind. Okay, excuse me for saying, like of peasants or just birds. And all of a sudden you're that eagle and you're flying high and they can't keep up with you. They can't understand how are you getting there. Believe me, during this time I lost a lot of people. Okay, and they didn't like me excelling. They didn't like the confident me. They didn't like the me saying I can do it, do anything. Let me drive to the top of my kids. I built a foundation. Let's travel. Let's go hiking. Let's go to Disneyland. Let's go here. Let's take a cruise. All of a sudden, they got fearful. And who do you think you are? You think you're the greatest. You know, I had a lot of friends and family like knocking me because I was succeeding. I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm succeeding. What's wrong with who I am now? So people reflect on you. And when they can't reflect on you and you're not at their same level anymore, they begin to have a hard time being around you. Okay, and I see that. And and that's their own personal issue. Something that you can't help them with. But what you could do is you can continue to excel and they could still be with you and you could still surround them. Okay? But the thing is you don't let nobody hold you back. Continue to pursue your dreams. Continue to excel because you're going to be stuck in that same old lifestyle for the rest of your life. You know, not being happy, feeling stuck, not having enough for your bills, your rent, your grocery, not being able to fix your vehicle. These are all things that was going on in my life. I literally had a vehicle where the brakes just went out. I got so scared. I was going backwards, you know, down a hill into traffic. I was like, oh, do you know that pushed me? I need a car for my kids. In order to get a car for my kids, I have to make this much sales volume. I have to have enough money in my bank account to make sure that I have for my children. What do I have to do that? I have to stay up till 3, 4 in the morning at times. What is it going to take for you? Write on a paper, make a goal. What is it going to take for you to make that money? How many sales do you need? How many leads do you need to get that buyer? How many buyers do you need to make 5K sale? Okay, get that going in your head. Never mind the noise. Never mind the naysayers. Never mind the ones who are fearful because they're not pursuing their dream. Doesn't mean you can't pursue your dream. You can be whatever you want. I've seen that. I witnessed that. I built myself that foundation. It's easy. It was easy. I built myself online, known throughout the world as helping people, being a digital nomad. I didn't even know how to work this computer. So what I want to say, I want to leave everybody with a piece of advice. Never, ever, ever let anything or anyone get in the way of you pursuing your dreams and goals in life, whatever it may be. Don't get me wrong. Don't hurt people. Don't leave your children behind. Don't leave your relationships behind. But the thing is if somebody is continuously hurting you and keeping you and controlling you, you've got to think about that. What can I do to escape that? What can I do to better my life? What could I do to better our life together? Obviously, money makes your life a lot better. It'll take away the stress. It'll take away the worry. It'll take away a lot of issues that you might even be having in your relationship. Let that person know that. You have a coach, you have a mentor. We're going to help you every step of the way. You're not going to be left behind. So any one of these people's websites that you see on top of their post or even in it right now in the video, if you go to their websites and you add their name and email, I'm going to be your coach and they're going to be your mentor. And they and me will help you get started. Once you add your name and your email, you're going to be taken right away to the workshop replay. And we're going to send you a link to join our live workshop if you like. If you decide I watched the replay and I want to get started, then go ahead. You have all the steps there in the information and the email to get started. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to message us. And if this is on any one of my business partners' pages that you don't see here today, it means that I personally mentored and coached them and they can help you get started and we will all help you together. So God bless everyone. Thank you all for joining. I'm so grateful to have such a full house today. God bless you all. I got a picture of us. So I love you all. And we'll see you on the other side. Click that link. Add your name and your email, guys. We'll see you on the other side. Bye. Thank you all.